the second week of October is called National
Fire Prevention.
The second week of October? Yeah, Lauren is right. Fire Prevention Week. And October is actually the Fire Prevention Month. Exactly right. So first, we're going to cover the components of a fire, fire prevention steps, also what to do when there's a fire, the types of fire and the types of fire extinguishers, and evacuation emergency or procedures. So first, components of a fire. This is what we call the fire triangle. There are three main components of a fire. It's the fuel, which is the combustible, the thing that is burning. It's wood, paper, plastic, any oil, grease, anything that can be a combustible. The oxygen, of course, because it's in the environment and keeps the fire from burning. And the heat source, or the spark, or the ignition. And the fire prevention triangle, it's composed of the three parts, and as long as we take out one of the parts, we can successfully put out a fire. And I don't know, an example can be, I don't know, a pan, Sean, that has a cap in on the stove, and of course you put a lid on it, or take it out from the heat source, and the fire can successfully be put out. For the fire prevention steps, mainly they can be divided into two categories. They can be good housekeeping and also proper usage of electrical equipment. For the good housekeeping, I made a little poster. These are like the main three things. Always keep fire exit pathways clear from clutter. We have to be organized. Keep all objects away from water heaters and like the sprinkler heads. And know the location of fire extinguishers, and of course how to use fire extinguishers. But also we need to get rid of our waste, especially UVs with the cardboard. That's really great that you keep on doing that every single afternoon, because that prevents us from having all the waste inside, and it's proper management. And of course, keeping combustible materials and dry chemicals in a specific storage place. Of course, not smoking around combustible materials, and safely store any other chemicals that we use, especially for the dish machine. They're supposed to be in the dish room, not with our food sources or whatnot. And for electrical usage, we do not use equipment that has a worn wire or a worn cord, anything that has smoke coming out of it, or sparks, gives off sparks. And a machine with a broken switch, like when Colleen was away, there was a cool, or what's it called, the hot box with the button wasn't working. So of course that can be a source of fire. And why is this important? Well, we work in a kitchen, we work in a food service facility where we are constantly exposed to sources of fires. We have the stove, we have the grill, we have, well, not the hot entree part, but of course in the kitchen, even in our dry storage or anything that we have, electrical equipment, we can have a spark. For the types of fire and fire extinguishers, these are the four types of fires, and they can be identified by a symbol, a letter, and also a code. So for instance, Class A fire is the first type of fire. It's composed of mostly common day things, or common day combustibles like wood, paper, plastic, some rubber, textiles, and it's identified by a triangle, which is green, and with the letter A inside of it. And the extinguishing agent mostly used for the type A fire is the water, also dry chemicals, but never use water when we have a grease fire. The Class B is where fires are involved with flammable liquids like gas or oil, grease, gasoline, and it can be identified by a square, which is red and with the letter B inside of it. Also for these kinds of fires we use dry chemicals, but also we can use like foam or carbon dioxide. For the Class C fire extinguishers, these are symbolized by a blue circle with the letter C inside of it, and these types of fire involve anything regarding electrical equipment. And the last one, which is the D, as you can see, is combustible metals. That's mostly like zirconium, sodium, magnesium, it's very rare for us to have Class D fire, but it can happen. I mean, we're inside a facility. But mostly we're going to deal with A, B, or C fires. For proper usage of fire extinguishers. Proper usage is that we know where are the fire extinguishers, how to handle them, how to use them. They're properly mounted, they have adequate pressure. That's mainly why they come and check them, right? Once a year or every 6 months.
Every 6 months.
Yeah, they're supposed to check it. Also, that the nozzles aren't like blocking for the release of the extinguishations, and what else? What's important? They're like properly mounted, and we can actually see them. And what to do when there is a fire? Well, first we have to pull the fire station, the fire alarm. Then know everything in your immediate area. Tell them that there's a fire going on, and immediately call 911. Not wait until, oh, Colleen, there's a fire. No, call 911 and then you tell Colleen.
I just want to add something. For your personal, call 911. Here it's 6911.
That's true. That's true. Sorry.
Oh, is
Good
that
point.
security? Right?
Security.
Mhm.
Yeah.
6911. And you can either fight the fire or not fight the fire. Whenever you want to fight the fire, it's a fire that is small enough or contained enough for you to handle it, that you know that specific fire extinguisher in your area is going to work for that fire, and you have everyone is evacuating, or you sounded the alarm. When do not fight a fire? Well, when the flame or the fire is large, it has grown out of its proportion or out of its original space, when your escape pathway is threatened, and with you know that the fire extinguisher that you're using is going to combat the fire that you have. And how to use the fire extinguisher? Well, you use a fire extinguisher by following the acronym PASS, P-A-S-S. You pull the pin, that's the P. A is to aim it at the flame. It's supposed to be at the base of the flame. S is for squeezing the handle, and also the S is for sweeping. Like you go like this at the base of the fire, because if you go too high, you won't cut off the fire. And always let the fire department visit the fire site, because we never know when we have a spark can come up again. And finally, for the emergency evacuation procedures, always remember that each facility has its own evacuation plan. We're supposed to know where's our assembly area or our safety exit whenever there is a fire. Assist any persons that are physically challenged to get out safety. Always do not use elevators, use the stairs if you're ever on the second floor or third floor. And keep close to the floor and try to not breathe in smoke. And do not for any reason re-enter the building. And for the last thing that I want you to do is that when you go ahead back to your working area, locate your nearest fire extinguisher and look at the code, because every fire extinguisher is going to have the code for the type of fire that it's supposed to fight. So look at the nearest extinguisher and look at the code. Thank you very much, guys. Any questions? Eager.
Let's hope we never have a fire. It's not really a question.
Let's hope.
Did you want to start?
Can you answer the Inservice? Do you want me to read them out loud?
We'll actually let them do the test.
Okay.
You got 5 minutes. It's this test right here.
It's your post test. This is the one that you have to kind of read and you kind of answer the multiple choice. So this is mine.
That one you can turn into us after the meeting's over, but this one we need you to do now.
Which, okay, which one we turn?
This
If
is
you
called
pay
the post
attention,
test.
you're gonna get it right.
This post test.
What are the brief fire?
We just do T for true.